You guys are feeling in your energy. You have your energy coming up in here. You have a lot of stress you're dealing with, though. The Nine of Swords is your underlying energy. Okay. Underneath that is the Hierophant. You're stressed about what you're committed to. It's very clear that's showing that in this reading anyway. But what you've committed to something in the past, now you're stressed about it. Like you're something that's stressing you out. But this commitment itself is like weighing on your mind very heavily. I have no idea what's going on. We're definitely gonna check it out. Okay. So the heart of the reading here, you have the Devil. So the situation is starting to look a little toxic. Everybody's starting to feel trapped, and it's not really, it doesn't seem to be, going in a very healthy direction. Now, the Devil can also indicate here that there's old habits and behaviors that are coming back up. Like there's old things that kind of happen within the relationship due to someone else's behavior, someone else's addiction, someone else's situation, right? But this is never the person's external issues. Like it's not their fault, right? Everybody's going through what they need to go through in their own time, right? Even if it isn't the greatest, right? That's their journey to overcome that. And I feel like right now it's about finding the power to overcome these situations, so these obstacles that arise, that make you feel disempowered, because the environment with the Devil does make you feel a bit disempowered. Like you can't help but to allow certain things to happen or to be okay with something. And it looks like the reason why there's certain behaviors in this relationship that's coming up. Sorry guys, I'm a little cold here today, but it looks like there's a situation in your relationship that's kind of like someone is doing something and they're kind of getting away with it. And it's because you love them, right? It's because you're dedicated to them. It's because you want to build something with them. And I feel like there's some sort of behaviors that just like would typically be unacceptable for you, but you're letting it pass because you have love for this individual. You're committed to them. You're coming up as the King of Pentacles here. Or there's somebody in your feelings that's coming up as the King of Pentacles, someone that is your king, right? Or your queen or whoever, right? The person that you're dealing with. So this relationship here, it looks like it's just, I hate to say it, but it looks a little bit lenient. Like it's almost like it's a compromise with the Five of Swords. Like you're not getting what you're looking for, but at the same time, this person's behavior at the same time, it looks like it's no longer no longer cute or anything flattering. It probably never was. But now it's definitely reached the pinnacle point, right? It's definitely you're looking at this as a situation where you're trapped. Now, for some of you guys, it could be that there is situations that you may be doing or some sort of behaviors that you may be doing that is no longer satisfying. It doesn't really meet what you're looking for, right? It could be possibly that there's certain behaviors in this relationship, even from both parties. It doesn't matter, right? It's just a focus on behavioral issues or behavioral situations that keep you guys from really being able to feel like you guys have power. And as a matter of fact, it does the exact opposite. You guys feel trapped. Now, it could just be also that there's just some intense loyalty here, right? There's intense loyalty. Like you guys feel like the connection is so much deeper and so much stronger. But all in all, I really feel like this situation is kind of turned sour. But I feel like it's due to certain aspects regarding each personality. Now, with the desired outcome, you guys have judgment. You want some change, Virgo. You really want some change. Some change that is going to change not only your life, but also get things back in the direction in which is true to you, right? I feel like here with judgment, it is like this, phoenix rising from the ashes, right? I feel like you've done the review, you've looked back, and you've seen how much you've changed through this process. And it's no longer like, you're not the same Virgo back when you guys started this relationship. You're totally different. The commitment, in a way, has to change with you because you can't be the same person that you are. That's probably where the Devil's coming up. It's old ways of doing stuff that is no longer resonating with who you are. You can't be that Virgo. You can't be that person anymore. You can't be that lover, that person that's in that relationship, that the person that does whatever, right? You can't do that anymore because you're not the same. So the thing that's keeping you from judgment, though, is the Star. Now, the Star is a very positive card, okay? And I have a hard time reading this negatively, or in a way that would reflect the position that it is in, which is a blockage, because hope is never ever a blockage. But I do see this as potential of not having a lot of hope, not having a lot of faith. And there could be that there's just a struggle to be able to feel like there is there's a path forward. There's a way to move forward. There's even a struggle even to believe that there's even, like you can reach your manifestations. It's like as if the star is too far away. Now it could be that you're dealing with somebody that's a bit pessimistic, right? Or it can be you that may feel like what you want is out of reach. Because where it's linked to, right? The reason why the star is coming up is because of the Hermit, which does indicate the self. It's a very personal card. It's spiritual. You go within the self with this card, soul searching. And I have a feeling that this star is about looking within the self regarding confidence, taking the star and look within yourself, applying that light and looking within to find what answers you need regarding executing this manifestation. And it feels like there is a lack of hope, a lack of faith. This does not mean though that you can't have it, that you don't have faith, that you won't be able to manifest this. The faith regarding yourself is what will help the manifestation, and you can gain this. The reason potentially why you are, why you or the person you're dealing with is having these issues right now, especially when it comes to believing oneself, is because of all the work that they've done and they haven't yet seen what they wanted to see out of it. I believe that there was maybe some progress, but even then it still wasn't up to par. So how can you have faith in manifesting in something that you want when every time you do something, and every time you put your heart and soul into something, it's like it doesn't come out the way you want it? It never comes out the way you want it. Sometimes it feels like that, right? It feels like it never comes out the way you want it. Well, the situation is saying that perhaps there is a little bit of something a little bit closer to go into. Maybe perhaps there's a little bit more that needs to be done, right? Perhaps there is a little bit more of work that needs to be put in before it can get to where you want it to be. Maybe there's certain lessons or certain things that's coming up right now to prepare you for what's to come, to prepare you for what you're manifesting. Like, as if this is like training for the big picture, the big reward, right? It's like for instance, like driving, right? You can't have a license until you learn how to drive. So you have to go through all these little small stuff, driving at night for 60 hours, parking, K-parking, all those things. Before you can be able to have that license, you have to go through, you have to work through it. And I feel like that's the situation, right? And it's not just believing yourself, because you can work and be diligent about it. But it's like, how long do you have to wait for it, right? How long do you have to go for it? And it's not about it's not about the journey. It's not about the destination, it's the journey. What are you doing now? And I feel like as long as the focus is focused on what you're doing, you can bring it back to who you are. You can bring it back to looking at yourself. You are very strong, Virgo. You can do so many amazing things. The thing that kind of is, that does hamper the manifestation is the lack of belief in yourself. It's shown here that you guys bust your ass when it comes to making a relationship as strong as it possibly can. Sometimes it just takes time. You can't rush the process, right? It's Pentacles. It's going to happen when it's ready, and especially when you're ready. Now, I know you guys are committed already, because here you have the King of Pentacles. You're feeling the person that you're in a relationship with, right? I feel like you're really feeling this individual that's in here. Now, it's interesting that they come as the King of Pentacles, and I'm getting a vibe of absolute boredom. Like, I think this person is kind of, I don't want to say boring, but they have this wave about them that kind of is, I don't want to say rigid, but it's very stiff, very stuck, very fixed, right? This King of Pentacles anyway. So of course they're going to be very fixed signs when it comes up with this. Could be dealing with a Taurus, but I feel like that this person has got a routine, they've got a pattern already. And I do, you have the Hierophant coming up underneath the Nine of Pentacles. It's routine, what's usual, what's normal, what's that whole thing. And it's about the change of that whole thing. And the King of Pentacles, he's consistent, he's diligent, and he's able to do the things that he needs to do because of the routine, because he's able to provide structure. And this individual is the structure. And I feel like, or is maybe not be the structure, but they are, in a way, they have their own structure. So I have a feeling like right now, it's like you feel like this person has a routine, it has an expectation from you. And it's like, now, how do you go about changing that perspective? How do you go changing that expectation? Don't worry about them at the end of it. You know what? Forget it. Because that's why the Five of Swords here is in your hopes and fears. It's time to focus on you right now, actually. Who cares about anybody else? What do you want? Who are you? Because the only person that's got to live live in this life is you. Right? You have to live your life the way you want to live it. No one else can. So right now, it's not about the routine. It's not about who expects what from you. You know, that reliability. You are still 100% reliable. If anybody had an issue, they know they can come to you. But it's still, what is comfortable? What really makes you feel like, you know, the King of Pentacles yourself? Solid and grounded in your new self. Perhaps even the adjustment period is difficult for even you, right? But it's all, at the end of the day, you have to be true to yourself. Because again, if you don't have to, right? If you don't want to do it, then you don't have to. But you're living the life that is not resonating with who you are. But eventually, it's up to you whether or not you want to change that or not. Nobody makes that decision for you. And that's what leads us to the Two of Swords. The outcome. What decision are you going to make regarding who you are now? Are you the new Virgo, or are you going to continue to keep the balance until you drop one of them swords? You can't hold the swords like this forever. Your wrist is going to pop off, right? So it's like, honestly, it's like, it's all about what you plan to do. What do you want, right? Is this something you want to continue with? Is this relationship, can this relationship stand this? Do you want to continue to put the effort into this relationship? Just be true to yourself, because this situation is not helping you grow or helping you manifest at all. All right, guys, let me go ahead and pull you guys your wisdom of your whispers of love for this week. Okay, you guys have, wow. Love is all around you. Love is, there is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. That's absolutely 100% true. Even when it looks like it's not going in any direction that is even desirable, right? If you feel it, even if you feel trapped, there is love. There is freedom. There is strength. There is power. You just have to believe that there is. You have to believe that within yourself. That's where you get it from. You have the confidence. You don't, I mean, you probably have the confidence, but perhaps now, and it's time to refine your confidence. Find the new you. And by allowing your environment to shape who you truly are now. Or not necessarily shape, but to show you how much you've changed. To reflect the new you. Let's take a look at your romance. Angels, Virgo. See what's going on. See what you get this week. Oh, wow. Chemistry. This is good. I like this. This says there's a strong magnetic connection here. And it's true. The King of Pentacles is in your feelings. You wouldn't necessarily come up as the King of Pentacles. So I like that card. The Devil also can indicate there's a connection too, a very strong connection. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that there is this, you know, toxic situation, right? You just can believe that there's just some behaviors that are no longer apply to you, things or practices that no longer apply to you. You know what I mean? So I do feel like this relationship does have a standing chance. It really does. But you have to believe that it can. You have to believe in yourself that you can make it happen. Because that's where the true blockage is, guys. And you know, Seven of Pentacles is the same way. I don't know if I can keep doing this. I don't know if I can keep working. I don't know if I can keep getting the, you know, busting my behind. If I finally got this and I don't even know if I want this. Same thing. You have to. It comes from beliefs in yourself. It comes from believing in yourself. You're ready to harvest, but everything else isn't ready yet. Do you have the patience to keep going? Do you want to start something different? And it's okay to take some time back to look within to figure that out too. No answer is the wrong answer.